Good morning, girls and guys. How are you all? I hope you guys are safe and sound at your places, and I'm very sure you all are enjoying your second term online lectures. Well, guys, this is going to be your third lecture, part 1, and previously we have started our topic natural disasters, and I have delivered 2 lectures on that topic. Well, guys, in our previous lectures we have discussed few things which I'm going to repeat today, which is going to be very fruitful for you for learning your new objects. Well, guys, in our lecture number 2, we have studied about disaster, natural disasters, types of disasters, floods, earthquake causes, and their preventions. Well, I have told you that an event resulting from natural processes of the earth that has harmful effect on human beings and on the entire creature, they are called natural disasters. Well, in the category of disasters, I have told you that there are 2 types of disasters. First is natural and the second one is man-made. And guys, I have told you that man-made disasters can be stoppable, can be controllable, but the natural disasters are something which cannot be stopped, slowed or diverted. And guys, human and the capital resources and the advanced technology have been unable to cope up with such kind of disasters. So it's mean that only the things which we can do during these disasters, during these terrible disasters, they are called preventions. Preventions means safety measures. In our previous lectures, in our previous 2 lectures, we have discussed floods and earthquake equally. And guys, I have told you that how you guys can take care of yourself and your property during the time of floods and earthquake. And we have discussed their causes as well. Okay. So let's check it out, the overview of your new lecture, which is your lecture number 3. Well, guys, in our today's lecture number 3, we'll study about cyclones and their preventions. So here in your lecture, there are, the disaster which has been discussed on your page number 51 to 53. They are floods, earthquakes, cyclones and avalanches. And guys, I am describing each of these disasters in the lectures. So previous 2 lectures were about floods and earthquake, and your third lecture is about your third natural mansion disaster on your book, which is about cyclones. So fasten your seat belts because we are going to study about cyclones. Grade 4, as you know that today we are going to focus on a natural disaster which is a cyclone. Okay, so let me tell you that what are cyclones. But first of all, you have to see the picture which is right now rotating on your screens. So this picture is telling you the word which is in blue bracket. And guys, you can see the wind of cyclone. And guys, a cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a center of low atmospheric pressure. And guys, a wind is a moving air, and it can range from a gentle breeze of 5 km/h to the strongest breeze of over 200 km/h. And guys, wind usually blow from one direction at a time, but sometimes they spin round and round in spirals, and these are called cyclones or anticyclones. Okay, so you are going to learn today about cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, so fasten your seat belts because I'm going to tell you a few great factors about the cyclones. Guys, cyclones are huge revolving storms caused by winds blowing around at a low atmospheric pressure at the center of the area, or you can say that at the center of the earth. And guys, you can say that cyclones are really devastated, but cyclones are sometimes, you can say that, helpful for the areas for the tropical areas. Despite of the destructive effects, cyclones are sometimes very beneficial for the dry areas because cyclones bring quick rain. And guys, moving when the air is moving, it takes out and all the heat, it kicks out all the heat of the area. And guys, that is going to be very harmful for those areas where there is no no rain or less rain. So you can say that despite of destructive effects, they are helpful or beneficial for the dry areas for quick starting the rain and moving the heat from the tropical areas. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of cyclones. Well, guys, the wind blows in anti-clockwise direction from the northern hemisphere. That wind is called, cyclone. When the same wind blows in southern hemisphere in clockwise direction, you will say that that is a hurricane. Okay, so guys, typhoon, hurricane, cyclone, they all are the types of such kind of winds. Well, guys, I told you that cyclones are huge revolving storms caused by winds blowing, around a center area of low atmospheric. Okay, and you can say that the winds blows in anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere, and same winds blow in clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. But we will not say that we will not take the same name for the wind which is blowing in northern hemisphere and the wind which is blowing in the southern hemisphere. Well, guys, a cyclone is a large scale air mass that rotates around a center of low atmospheric pressure. In the northern hemisphere, cyclones are called hurricanes. Okay, remember one thing, that in northern hemisphere cyclones are called hurricanes because their winds blow in anti-clockwise direction. Well, guys, in southern hemisphere these storms are known as cyclones because their winds blow in clockwise direction. So I hope you understand that in northern hemisphere what is the name of that wind which is blowing in round and round in a spiral, and what is the name of the same wind in southern hemisphere. Well, guys, these wind causes heavy rains, large storms, and strong winds as well. Well, as I told you that despite of the destructive effects, these winds have sometimes very good effects on dry areas because they kick the heat from that area and they bring rain in that area. Well, let's discuss that in a cyclone, the winds spin round in an anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere, and guys, in clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. Well, you can say that the air pressure on the earth is low, which you can see right now in this diagram. And guys, especially in tropical season, the winds can reach well over 200 kilometer, and result is immense damage and destruction. And guys, cyclones are smaller than anticyclones, but wind speeds are much stronger than anticyclones. Okay, so let's learn the difference between cyclones and hurricanes. Well, you can see that hurricanes and cyclones are almost same. There is no difference between them. In short, you can say that, but they both blow in different parts of the hemisphere or globe. Okay, as you know that your globe is divided in two parts, southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. And guys, as I told you that when these winds blow in northern hemisphere, you call cyclones are called hurricanes in northern hemisphere because their wind blow in anti-clockwise direction. And guys, in the southern hemisphere, those winds and the storms are called cyclones because their winds blow in clockwise direction. So what will be the great difference in your mind? The difference is very clear that that cyclones winds blow in clockwise direction, and guys the anti the you can say that the hurricane is a violent wind which has a circular movement. Okay, and a cyclone is a large scale air mass that rotate around a center of low atmospheric pressure. Okay, and guys, you can say that cyclones, which are called hurricanes in the northern hemisphere, their winds blow in anti-clockwise direction, and guys, in the southern hemisphere these storms are known as cyclones and their winds blow in clockwise direction. Okay, the difference is given on the screen, which you can see very clear. And guys, you know what, that anticyclones are, you can say that anticyclones or hurricanes, there are the different names of that thing. Well, you can say that cyclones are smaller than anticyclones, but the winds are much stronger than anticyclones. And anticyclones are called hurricanes as well. So whenever I'm taking the name anticyclone, you should keep in your mind that I'm talking about hurricanes. Okay, so let's talk about the preventions. Well, guys, as I told you that you cannot stop any natural disaster, nor you can stop, or nor you can divert, nor you can slow. So what you will do? You will definitely can do one thing that you can take preventions. But let me tell you one thing, that have you ever heard the word tornado? Well, guys, a much smaller but more violent kind of cyclone is called tornado, or there is a one more name of hurricane, which is tornado. Okay, and guys, what preventions you can take? Only prevention which you can take, that is keep watching weather updates before the cyclones. Check the rooftop and cover it with the net or bamboo, because bamboo are always useful during such kind of destructive weather. And guys, weather updates are going to tell you that what you should do and what safety measures you can take. Okay, and one more thing, that check the walls and the pillars, doors and the windows. See that they are secure, they are properly well managed, and they are in good condition or not, because during the fast moving tenure of the air, this can be destructive if your things are not in proper order. Okay, and guys, cover the mud walls with the polythene or coconut wall, because cyclones or anticyclones or tornadoes or hurricanes are always very powerful winds. Okay, they are, you can say that when wind blows with violent intense, or with the speed of 200 kilometer or more than that, that is going to be very horrible. So you have to cover everything which is made up of mud with polythene, because polythene definitely going to save and going to protect the mud. Okay, so mud will not going to be spread out in your in your area, or it will not give you any harmful effect. So I hope you all understand, but let's revise it again for the better understanding. Okay, so I'm going to tell you again the difference between cyclones, hurricanes, and we'll definitely going to know about more about the different names of these two kind of strong winds. Girls and guys, in your lecture number 3, we guys have discussed about cyclones, and I have told you that cyclones are, you can say that, round and round spiraling wind with great intense or pressure. Sometimes this pressure could be more than 200 kilometers. Okay, a cyclone is a large scale air mass that rotates around a center of low atmospheric pressure. Okay, and cyclones are, you can say that, huge revolving storms caused by winds blowing around at a center of low atmospheric pressure. And guys, the wind which blows in the northern hemisphere, that is called hurricane, and the same wind which blows in the southern hemisphere, that wind is called hurricane. Okay, hurricane, you can also say that that is a kind of tornado. Okay, you can also give that name, and the hurricanes are also called anticyclones. Okay, so guys, let's move towards our exam bank, because exam bank is something which is going to be very handful for you during your papers. So prepare your assignments. Well guys, in our today's lecture, we have discussed about cyclone. I have told you that a cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a center of low atmospheric pressure with great intense. Okay, and there are different names of cyclones. Cyclones are called anticyclones, tornadoes, and there are different names and hurricanes as well. Okay, but when they blow in the, you can say that, northern hemisphere, cyclones are called hurricanes. Okay, and when these winds blow in the southern hemisphere, so they are called cyclones. And guys, cyclones are huge revolving storms caused caused by winds blowing around a central area of low atmospheric pressure. And guys, you know that hurricanes are, you can say that, very strong, and you can say that the violent winds, okay, they could blow more than 65 kilometer per hour. So you can imagine the destruction which they can bring in your area. Well, that was a kind of short review of today's lecture. So we are now moving towards our next slide, which is about your exam bank. Okay, so let's discuss the exam bank, and guys, that is very handful and very important for you, for your better understanding and for the better preparation of your paper. So you have to tell me what are cyclones and what are hurricanes, and you can also tell me that what are anticyclones. Okay, anticyclone, hurricane, and tornado, they are, you can say that, the same, and one thing has different names, you can say that. Well guys, you have to tell me the difference between cyclone and hurricane. So I will see you in your next part of the lecture. Till then, take care of yourself and stay safe, stay at home, do whatever you want to do, but do not trouble your mother.